Alrighty, hello hazmats, it is me, BIOHAZARD-R-US. I'm feeling a little bit better. I had bronchitis, but I am feeling a little bit better. I'll keep this nice and brief because I am actually going to be streaming Resident Evil 5 in about 15 minutes with Miss Delirious. So I want to get this out of the way real quick. I was going to do this last night, but I forgot all about it because sick and sleep are a hell of a combination. But I wanted to actually really quick address the issues that people have been facing with the special zombies camouflage Easter egg camos that you have to like do the find the little clovers in the maps for. You got the Schweingehabet, the Verratiter Rabi, and the Gruner Knoten, whatever the fuck. I'm butchering these names, I'm sorry. But this one I know translates to the green knot, but that's all I know for sure. Anyway, this one here is from the Groston house. Let me go ahead and show you on a bigger weapon. So, yeah, this one here is from the Groston house. That's a terrible choice. Third time's a charm, eh? There we go. That's a good one. Alright, there we go. So this one here is from the Groston house, and it's kind of got the chrome, kind of metallic finish to it that you see in like the Chrome multiplayer, where it's got like the rainbow effect, but this one's a lot more animated. It's also got like a green knot, as you can see in the background. You got your standard clovers, which remind me very much of a animated version of the Blind Luck camo, as you can see there. I like this one just a little better because it's a little darker. It's not Raven, or the Winged Raven, I think this one translates to. I'm not entirely sure, but this one just reminds me of either bananas or leaves, and I'm not a big fan of it. But the Groston House one is for sure my favorite. I did want to point out, so Ms. Delirious and I were doing it, and got the gross up the money onto the clovers, and she reaped the rewards as well as I did. The other two, these two, we could not get. This one I believe is the Darkest Shore one, and I believe this is the Final Reich one. I'm almost positive, not 100% sure. Anyway, we could not get these two for the life of us. I actually did whichever one the Darkest Shore one is, because we did that one together and then the Darkest Shore one. And on the Final Reich, I did that one 2 more times in solo, and I could not get it to activate. So I said, you know what, I have some time to spare. They're getting home, so I have some time to spare. So I went to Find Match, Public Match, and was able to do it there. It said Camo Challenge unlocked, and it was able to go ahead and get that taken care of. And then the camo unlocked. So I did the same thing for the Darkest Shore and got lucky and did it again. So I'm going to show you the Final Reich here in a second, but I just wanted to take the time to show you guys why do I have that first? That's really weird that it says standard Gewehr 43. But I wanted to take the time here to show you that I'm able to go ahead and get these camos unlocked. It might not be a be-all, end-all fix for the camos, because some people were saying, well, I did this in public match, and it's still not unlocking. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I tried it 3 times in a custom game, once in co-op and the other 2 times solo. The 2 different times, the only thing I did differently when I was doing solo was that the first time I killed a leprechaun as soon as I saw him popping out of the ground, as soon as I saw him spawning. And the second time I let him spawn in fully, run around the map, chase me a little bit, attack me once. That's why I knew for sure he is out and about, and that, you know, he's, you know, fully spawned in, so I can go ahead and kill him now. And neither of which worked, so I just went ahead and like I said, hopped into a public match. So for this one, you do kind of have to do some steps towards the Easter egg. It's really more just map progression rather than anything. But you kind of have to anyway, so. The one thing that I will say that I am curious on is I have never encountered a Santa zombie or a Christmas zombie, whatever they're called. I've never encountered that, and I've played this map quite a bit. So I will say that it is very disappointing to know that there are challenges related to these things, and yet they're like absolutely nowhere to be found. Same thing with the treasure zombies. Spawn rate for that thing is insanely low. And yet there's a challenge for basically, in a sense, killing it 5 times, because you got to get 5 different parts from it. And it doesn't drop a part every single time. So there are quite a few updates that I would make towards the spawn rates of World War II zombies. And that's not even getting to mention the Brenner and the Whistlings. Good lord, the Whistlings. That's not even mentioning those guys. So I'll show you the locations all in one once I get the map a little bit more open. But for right now, I'm just kind of working on getting there. Earliest I was able to get it was round 6. I'm sure some people could probably do it in maybe like 4 or 5. So like I said, I would definitely recommend the route that I am taking here. One, I don't open that door because that's a very nice camping spot if you really are inclined to camp. So I actually go this way. I don't know why I took the long way around. But I've already passed up a couple of these spawn locations. I'm going to pass up another one here in a second. So you do have to open this one instead of actually taking the way that I did. You can go either direction. I like opening that one because there's actual locations back there that I passed. So, and then that one's going to require 1,500. There it is. Alright. So we've gotten a few locations open. There's still a couple more that we need. More about just accruing the points, and that is a perfectly timed max ammo.
You hope to escape. You are too late. I caught the traitor just before you arrived.
So in case you skipped into the middle of this, I am actually playing in a custom game right now. However, the fix for the camos not unlocking for me was to play in a public match. So I'm just showing you right now the locations that all my clovers that I have found have been in. Try not to die, it's not a major issue. I have armor though. How sad would it be to do an instructional video on how to fix a very predominant issue in zombies, only to die before you can actually show what to do. That is good enough. Not 100% good enough, but enough to keep us rolling quite a ways. Oh, it is. Now, I would recommend personally going through the locations first before getting to this step or doing this, because obviously you're taking more time doing the steps than you are actually hunting for the actual clovers and their locations. So I would recommend doing locations that I explain in a second here first. And if you still don't see the clovers that are up and about in a minute, well then you can go ahead and open more and more of the map. Unless you're going to actually play the map, which in that case, just go ahead and, you know. So here's where I like to camp, just throwing that out there, because you got an exit way. I thought for sure they would come from here and here, because why else would you have these open kind of cavern spaces, but they don't. So it's a very nice funnel. I really like that. Oh, we do have a test for it. Actually got us open to salt mines. Kill this bomb as a 4 double jolts. Almost. So I'm just gonna cruise some points here. Kind of show you all the different spots in a second. Probably clear enough. Alright. So I'm going to take you all the way back to the spawn, since we pretty much got everything unlocked now. Oh, actually there is one more thing that we didn't unlock. So for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the opening. There is one spawn area over past the bridge. I don't know which direction would be cheaper though. I think this way. They both should be 1,500. That'll work. Alright, well, I'll show you the one back here. So we are currently in the tower area. And you will know if you did the clover portion correctly. Oh, hello. Oh, did he drop a part? Son of a bitch, he didn't drop a part. Goddamn turd nuggets. Here I am just saying a minute ago how rare these things spawn. And one spawns in around frickin' 7. That's bogus. Don't want to run over there with the whole horde. Alright, so the first clover that I'm actually going to show you, not the one that I wanted to, it's right there. It's a little bit hard to see, but just press right on the D-pad, or, sorry, left. Left on the D-pad. I believe Xbox is the same. Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost positive. So you got that one there. You'll know if you did it right because these little clover arrows, this little rainbow thing will pop out. Next one here, this is probably the first one to most people. There's spawn over there, technically over there, but it's going to be in here. It's really hard to see, but it's in that section. There are 4 of them that will spawn in each time you play, and they are random. So mine didn't spawn there. And their spawn. There is. First one you actually fully have access to is actually over here. I've never had it spawn here, but it's like right there in that general area. You'll be able to see it. That previous one that I showed you that's down that corridor, it's really hard to notice. There's going to be 2 over here. So another one is going to be just to the, which actually it is, just left of this lamppost. Right there. So there's your Main Street tower. There's your regular tower. You just come up here, place your jolts, and there's your rainbow. So like I said, you'll know that you did it right. There's another one that's hidden here, which mine did not spawn. It's in here somewhere in this corner. Like right around there. And there's another one down this way. This one was really hard to see the first time I actually saw it. So come down here, and it's just past. You'll notice 1, 2, 3. There's this like little concrete thing in the wall. It's right there. Man, I'm trying to show a video of this fucking bit. Bruh. There we go. It's like right here. In this general area, it's really hard to get a bearing on. You see this little kind of like concrete piece coming out of the water, out of the blood there. Next one, come down this way. And this one is invisible. It's like in there. I'll show you in a second. But mine actually spawned there. Not surprisingly, it spawned there a couple times already. but it's really hard to see right there. I'll show you again in a second. Just run away from Sprinter McGee here. That one's really hard to see. Then the last one that I remember, I think there might be one more, is in the salt mines. And instead of heading actually down towards the temple, come around here, and there it is. And there you go, clover hunt complete. And there's a little bastard. So I figured, okay, he spawned in. Time to pick him off a little bit. And if you kill him, he gives you 5,000 points. Which, I mean, it's pretty easy. So I'm on round 7, no perks, Guevara 43, and I was able to pick him off for a few rounds. I don't know if actually that does anything. The 5,000 points like the official indicator, but it said challenge complete, clover hunt, you know, challenge, whatever. And we still didn't get the camo. So I'm not entirely sure what the deal was with that, but like I said, I was able to do it in a public match. I did it with randoms. Interestingly enough, they actually all quit before, after I did the challenge, but before anyone went down. Well, not went down, but so they all quit, right? I actually let myself go down rather than ending the game, because that was the other thing that we did in the custom games, was we actually just ended the game rather than quit, rather than dying and letting it end for us. So I will say that that might be a factor in doing it in a custom game. I don't know, but be warned about it. I'm gonna go down here myself and look around. Oops. I'm kind of intrigued that my camera does not pop up on this one for some reason.
Yes, they speak. They have a language.
The Fliegerfaust. I like running trains with this. The only thing is you really need danger close. So you take 0 explosive damage, or there's a flak jacket in this game, or call it, you take 0 explosive. I think flak jacket has no explosive. I'm not sure. There is a blood raven thing for getting 0 explosive. This thing is a beast. Pack-a-punch and on open fire, oh my god. Like, this is the gun you want. When I say gun, I do mean that in a very loose term. This is the weapon that you want. I will finish this wave. I will head out for a brief moment because it is Resident Evil 5 time after this. Here they come, they are swinging on. Alrighty, so as soon as that ends, I'll go ahead and end the game. There we go. Alright, so let me go ahead and, once I get back into the main menu here, yeah, I'm going down this way. Sorry about that. Bye. Oh man, this is not doing shit. There it is. Ah, dang it. Well, I got 195 kills, I'll take it. Alright, so now that that's good, once we're loading back in, I'll go ahead and show you those camos once again. Just again, as a quick recap, myself and Miss Delirious were able to unlock the Groston House camo by playing in a custom match, much like I was here just now. For some reason, we were not able to get the other two, even though we did them a couple times. I was able to actually get the camos by doing a public match with randoms. So you got that one there, and you got that one there, both of which look very nice. So I would personally recommend, and if you're having troubles with this too, play the game in public match. I know it's probably not ideal, but grab a couple friends to help you out so you're not playing with total randoms. And then once you've got the camo, you can either play to your heart's content or go down. Just make sure that you guys actually die in the end and the game ends via dying rather than host quitting the game. Let me know in the comments if it does work for you in custom match. Try what we didn't try. We did not try the, like I said, just dying instead of quitting the custom match, although I don't think that really makes too much sense because we were able to quit the match and still get the camo for the Groston House camo. So let me know. Hopefully you have some better luck with this info now. I know a lot of people are actually hovering over the World War II subreddit as well as the forums on Activision's community page. So I hope this helps out, and we'll see you guys in a little bit on Resident Evil 5. Take care.